Hello, church. So here's our devotional for Friday, October 3rd. And this is probably uh, going to get me into trouble. So here's the weird thing. I've read the Bible in its entirety multiple times. I can't, like, four or five. Um, Today's portion of Psalm 109 is not one that I recalled, um, and it's not good. So this is actually a curse, and I had to look up a word that James Mays used called imprecation, and it's a curse, and I'm going to be uncomfortable for a while as we do this. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it and do that thing. Psalm 109. You can add this to the list of scriptures that I will probably never use as the basis of a sermon, nor in a context of a service or anything like that. Interesting. Psalm 109, to the leader of David, a psalm. Do not be silent, O God of my praise, for wicked and deceitful mouths are opened against me, speaking against me with lying tongues. They beset me with words of hate and attack me without cause. In return for my love, they accuse me, even while I make prayer for them. So they reward me evil for good and hatred for my love. They say, appoint a wicked man against him. Let an accuser stand on his right. When he is tried, let him be found guilty. Let his prayer be counted as sin. May his days be few. May another seize his position. May his children be orphans and his wife a widow. May his children wander about and beg. May they be driven out of the ruins they inhabit. May the creditor seize all that he has. May strangers plunder the fruits of his toil. May there be no one to do him a kindness, nor anyone to pity his orphaned children. May his posterity be cut off. May his name be blotted out in the second generation. May the iniquity of his father be remembered before the Lord, and do not let the sin of his mother be blotted out. Let them be before the Lord continually, and may his memory be cut off from the earth. For he did not remember to show kindness, but pursued the poor and needy and the brokenhearted to their death. He loved to curse. Let curses come on him. He did not like blessing. May it be far from him. He clothed himself with cursing as his coat. May it soak into his body like water, like oil into his bones. May it be like a garment that he wraps around himself, like a belt that he wears every day. May that be the reward of my accusers from the Lord, of those who speak evil against my life. Lord, have mercy. Now, here's the thing. That was from the NRSV. You know what Eugene Peterson is gonna do with that. Okay. Here's a little bit from James Mays, Psalm 109. They curse, but you bless. Psalm 109 contains the most vehement of the imprecations in the Psalter. And again, imprecations means curses. This prayer for help in first person style opens with a plea for an answer from God and a supporting account of the activity of accusers who attack the psalmist without cause. A long curse occupies the center of the prayer. It is composed of an invocation of narrative of disaster that begins with a hopeless trial, runs through total ruin, and reaches its climax with the eradication of the very family of the one who fails to do hesed, steadfast love, and drives the poor and needy toward death. So should curse become the destiny of the one who loves to curse instead of bless. After the long curse, there is a second petition supported by a description of the psalmist as poor and needy, and a third petition followed by a concluding promise of praise. We will be very delighted to get to that promise of praise in the third section when we get there. The our administrator, Leslie Rayburn Schisler, is fond of saying Holy Hannah. I don't know where it comes from, but whoo. All right, here we go with some Peterson. My God, don't turn a deaf ear to my hallelujah prayer. Liars are pouring out invective on me. Their lying tongues are like a pack of dogs out to get me, barking their hate, nipping my heels, and for no reason. I love them, and now they slander me. Yes, me, and treat my prayer like a crime. They return my good with evil. They return my love with hate. Send the evil one to accuse my accusing judge. Dispatch Satan to prosecute him. When he's judged, let the verdict be guilty. And when he prays, let his prayer turn to sin. Give him a short life and give his job to somebody else. Wow. Give him a short life and give his job to somebody else. Make orphans of his children. Dress his wife in widow's weeds. Turn his children into begging street urchins. Holy crud. Oh, evicted from their homes, homeless. Made the bank foreclose and wipe him out, and strangers like vultures pick him clean. May there be no one around to help him out, no one willing to give his orphans a break. Chop down his family tree so that nobody even remembers his name, but erect a memorial to the sin of his father and make sure his mother's name is there too. Good gravy. Their sins recorded forever before God, but they themselves sunk in oblivion. That's all he deserves, since he was never once kind, hounded the afflicted and heartbroken to their graves. Since he loved cursing so much, let curses rain down. Since he had no taste for blessing, let blessings flee far from him. He dressed up in curses like a fine suit of clothes. He drank curses, took his baths in curses. So give him a gift, a costume of curses, so he can wear curses every day of the week. That's what they'll get. Those out to get me, an avalanche of just desserts from God. Sometimes you just got to go with it. And yeah, the suck it up, buttercup is one of the phrases that my daughter would get when she was dancing readily. Okay. Well, I hope that was enjoyable. I think we're going to break Psalm 109 into two parts just to get it over with. That's really harsh. And yeah, it's I recognize that sometimes we feel emotions that we need to vent and to express. That was a hard one for your pastor to get through. My wife turned me on to some videos that she had been watching. There's a couple of food competitions related to incredibly spicy peanuts. One is entitled The Tube of Terror. And if you're familiar with Scoville's, it's like the highest one is one of the challenges is like a 13 million Scoville Carolina Reaper ghost pepper kind of thing. But these people who do competitive eating are taking this in, and they're clearly in pain. I mean, it's bad, and yeah. So that was my tube of terror moment there with Psalm 109. See ya.